I'm back and I'm ready to do the floors. I have some tools that I'm gonna need. I got a nail gun in case I need it. I think I may need it over here by the that white railing to secure the very first planks. Make sure that they're snug and that they won't slip. And I don't know if you see it, looks like a little suitcase. That is my saw. It's a mini kind of table saw. I know I'm gonna need that. And an oscillating tool. I'm gonna need that over here to get around that wood beam. And this beam too. Not excited about that. Let's get started. What I have is this. I'm gonna roll out the white carpet. Start on that end, roll it in. I have some tape, underlayment tape. Hopefully this is enough. Doesn't look like it will be, but we'll see. All right. Let's see.
By the blood of Jesus Christ and the power of his name, I lift every hurting heart, every soul that's worn with pain.
What I don't have is scissors. Back. Scissors and blade.
For the ones who fight in silence, for the ones who barely stand, for the broken, tired, weary, God is holding your hand. When finances feel impossible, when your body's growing weak.
Now, I don't know if that tape is supposed to help put these together, like if I roll it out and put it together, or if it needs to be secured to the board so it won't move. But then I'll have to use double the tape to secure this one to that. I have another roll. This is obviously from some flooring we did in one of our bedrooms downstairs. So with the space that I'm working with, I only have about this much space, and I'm gonna need more than that to cover, to use this, and then the extra one. So I am going to start putting down the wood on this side, and then I can slowly move things over. Let's see how that works. If I find that that too is going to be a problem, then I'll figure out another way. So let me see how the wood is going to fall first. See how that works out. And for the sake of the time on my phone, I'm going to put you on pause. So I came across an issue. I'm going to turn the camera around to give you a good look. So here is the wood that I'm putting down. Then when I get to this corner, which is the problem, I have to really get these measurements really well so that I can cut the board and then somehow cut the circle from the board. So I'm going to use this to kind of trace a circle, and then I'm going to use my Dremel to see if I can actually do that. I may also have to use my my oscillating tool as well. So that is what I'm going to do next. Let me put you down here so that you can see what's happening.
In your family, leave you searching while you seek. There's a God who stands above it, greater than what comes.
8 3/8. 8 3/8.
And the same power that raised
11 inches. 8 inches, 3/8, and 11 inches. So that is how big the board is going to be. And then when I get the board cut, then I have to make the measurements on both sides of the circle, of both sides of the beam, and then make the circle. So what did I say? So this is 8 3/4, not 8 3/8. What did I? 8 3/4, which is the size of the board anyway. So now I just need to do the 11 inches on this dark board. You can't even see it. Learning curve. I need some kind of other color. Let's turn it over.
Christ still lives in us today. He's seen every tear you've cried. He's heard every desperate prayer. He knows every hidden struggle, and he's meeting you right there. Keep knocking, keep seeking, keep pushing through the night. Keep trusting, keep believing. God is fighting for your life. Don't quit now. Don't give.
I love this thing. It has its issues, but it really does what it's supposed to do. It's not really recommended for like thick wood, anything thicker than about 1 inch. But for paneling and floors, obviously, hopefully, right? This is the first time I'm cutting a floor with it. Molding, things like that. It does well. It has its clamps to hold the wood down. Again, not sponsored. But for small little things that you want to do, especially for crafting, this is ideal for like crafting because, you know. But I have done some major stuff with this thing, despite the fact that it only allows you to feed through this end right here about 1 inch. No more than 1 inch. Probably even less. All right, here we go.
The breakthrough's closer than
First cut. Perfect. Now I need to measure how much to cut on this end. This is a problem. Constantly coming and moving you around. Gotta figure out that.
seems. The greater one lives inside you, and he is stronger than your enemy. In the name of Jesus Christ, every chain must lose its hold. Every spirit.
How is that even possible? Cut the wrong end. Sons of guns.
Sent to torment every lie that has been told. Depression, fear, and anxiety, you have no authority here. We declare the mind of Christ, and every captive shall be free. You foul spirit, loose, God's children, they belong to heaven's King. Every panic,
Okay. How am I going to cut this up? So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half, because either way I can't just cut out a circle straight in the middle, because there's no way of getting it around here. So in order to get it around the piece of wood, it'll have to come in like a puzzle anyway. So I'm going to cut it in half and then see if I can cut it with the oscillating machine. That's going to be loud. I'm going to pause you, and I'll come back and show you the finished piece. So I'm going to call it a night. I did cut the two pieces like I said I would. And I did make the circle. What I did with my little table saw there was make a bunch of little slits and then try to cut through them in a diagonal kind of way to take them, cut these pieces out to make a perfect circle. And it, for the most part, is working. I did need to get the oscillator to try to get into here, but it is, I want to say it's like 9:30. Let me see if I can. No, it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, and the sawing and the oscillator, believe it or not, the oscillator is a lot louder than the saw, and noise travels. So I'm gonna stop here, finish working on this tomorrow, and hopefully get the floor done. And little by little, progress. So have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
to the cross we gladly bring.
Today is day 3 on the gaming studio. Last night I left you off with me trying to cut out the circular portion to wrap around the beam that the phone is actually leaning up against, the infamous beam. So I came across some issues. I did introduce a new tool to the game, my router. Also not sponsored, but I like this tool, very handy. But I really can't use this when dealing with just such a small piece, because there's no way for me to clamp this on to secure it so that it would be tight enough to secure and then go around with the router. I nearly lost a finger. So I tried that. I tried to do it. I tried to hold it myself. I also tried to clamp it on to my portable table, but it doesn't give enough space to really hold on securely. And when I tried, the wood almost flew out of my hand and the router went like that. We can't have that. We can't have that. Safety first. So I'm going to have to go back to my original plan, what I did yesterday. I took another piece because I don't know if you heard me yesterday say I cut the wrong end. So I decided to cut the other end, the right end, and these two pieces would be the right end. But just to kind of give you an idea of what I did yesterday. So I cut these slits pretty close together, and then I went in and I kind of rotated it to cut the pieces out, but I'm limited to how many times I can turn this around on my table. I am going to try that again. I did try to do that again today with bigger portions to see if I can get, cut more of it. I don't know if you can see. These went in diagonally versus going straight down. After seeing how this went, I'm going to go back to this way where it's a little bit smaller and see if I can just come in a little smaller than this. So I really hope that this works out. I want to be able to make a perfect circle because I want it to really wrap around the circumference of that beam. But if this does not work out, then I'm going to have to just do a straight cut. I don't want to have to do that straight cut. I really don't want to have to do that straight cut because it's not going to fit perfectly around the circumference of the beam. And it's not going to look right. But I'm only limited to my knowledge. I am nowhere near a professional. With that being said, I am going to put you on hold. I am waiting for my saw to charge so I can get back into this. And I will see you in a moment.
Okay, so I got half of the room done. And let me show you what I've done so far. It was a doozy for sure. Not really crazy about the floor planks. Not the color. I like the color and I like the way it's coming out. But I wasn't crazy about the way they interlock. They weren't really interlocking well. And even before I secured them, I tried my very best to, take the mallet and the small little box device that they have that you put force in it. And it was going as far as it can go. So I'm not really crazy about how it interlocks. But you know what? You get what you pay for. These floors were on clearance, not on sale. So that might be why. But I like it. And it's coming along, and it is what it is, and I think he's gonna like it too. So let me turn over the camera. So this is the floor that it's dirty. Still have a lot of dust all over the place. A lot of cleaning that needs to be done. So that is half the room. So I was able to move back the see if it's still very dusty, very, very dusty. I still have to paint under there, so I have to take all of that out, paint that wall, and then put the floor down. So what I'm gonna do is end it for today and pick it up tomorrow. And hopefully, now that I got the rhythm of how to put these floors down, it should be done. It should be done. I was hoping for 2. Today is 3. Now we're going to be working on 4. So I'm not even about to say that it's going to be done tomorrow because I just don't know. But we will see. All right. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Rise up within them like a fire.